What's a historical fact that you had to learn on your own and not in school? I'll go first.
Just how bad slavery was in the US versus anywhere else in the world it's ever been practiced. The worst thing I ever learned was what they would do to our people after we would die. I'm not kidding. Furniture, shoes made of leather, human leather. And the worst, the cannibalism that happened here in America that nobody talks about. That literally was never mentioned when I was in school, that our founding fathers and the people who we think of as like the founders of this country used to eat people. Think I'm lying? One sec. You can Google search this. While white cannibalism was widely reported in accounts of enslaved Africans from the 16th century up through the 19th, previous scholarship largely dismissed the accounts as superstition or unfounded indigenous terrors. But that's not true. It absolutely happened here. This author, who is referred to as Woodward, he wrote a book called The Delectable Negro, and in it, he examines the sexual nature of documented instances of flesh eating and details the various manners of consumption whereby Black Americans were metaphorically or actually eaten. In the book, Woodward defines consumption as a wide range of parasitic practices, including institutionalized hunger, seasoning rituals, and sexual modes of consumption. But that's not all. Because if you go to the Jim Crow Museum's website, you will find this question. I don't mean to sound morbid, but I hear that the skin of slavery-era Black people was sometimes used as clothes. It's probably an urban legend. It's not an urban legend, because this is the museum's answer. Unfortunately, there is some truth in what you ask. I have read about many deplorable practices that occurred during slavery and Jim Crow and in this country, and I have no interest in ranking these atrocities. He goes on to show a letter from the 1800s. Pause to read. This letter was dated March 17th, 1888.